A federal appeals court has blocked new Title IX rules from taking effect in Florida and 3 other southern states. Good evening. I'm Emily Turner. Tanika has the night off.
I'm Ben Becker. Now, the move prevents new protections for LGBTQ students from being enforced, at least for now. Action Jack's Jake Stofan is live on the South Bank. And Jake, it's been a week of opposing court rulings on this issue.
Well, just on Tuesday, a federal judge in Alabama refused to block the new Title IX rules from taking effect, which expand protections to include gender identity. Fast forward 2 days, and we get this appellate court ruling, which granted an injunction blocking the rules from taking effect in Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, and Alabama. And we could expect to see more twists and turns in this case over the coming months, even possibly in the middle of the school year. Florida schools will continue to comply with state laws, barring transgender students from using facilities like restrooms that don't correlate with their biological sex, and prohibiting trans women from competing in women's sports, at least for the time being. A federal appeals court blocked enforcement of new Title IX rules pushed by the U.S. Department of Education that were set to expand sex-based discrimination protections to include gender identity starting August 1st.
Florida law is going to prevail, and it should.
Republican State Representative Dean Black celebrated the decision.
We are not going to allow women's sports to be erased. We refuse to comply.
But Democratic State Representative Anna Eskamani argues without the new rules, LGBTQ students will be left unprotected and subject to discrimination.
A child needs to be support at an emotional level to thrive, and they can't thrive if they're being bullied.
Courts throughout the country have blocked the new Title IX rules in a total of 26 states, and those cases are far from being settled. Here in Florida, local school districts will likely be caught in the middle, especially if a ruling goes the other way, as they'll be forced to either violate state law and catch the ire of the Florida Department of Education, or violate the federal rule and risk losing federal dollars.
This tension, this rub between state law and federal law is creating confusion and chaos for parents, for educators, for administrators, and for students.
Now, the Florida Department of Education has repeatedly urged school districts not to comply with the new federal regulations, and right in line with that, after this latest ruling, the department advised state colleges and school districts, quote, no school or college in Florida should implement the new rules until further notice. For local coverage you can count on live on the South Bank, I'm Jake Stofan, Action News.